Welcome to all. In the previous session, we have seen the conversion of numbers into different number systems. So I have given some assignments as well. In the video only, I have given some information to convert the numbers to different number systems, and some of them have approached me, and there are some doubts with respect to the fractional numbers. So I will make a separate video for that. So now let us continue with the concept. So let us deal with the concepts of logic gates. Now, what are logic gates? So these are the basic information I would like to give, because these logic gates are required for your next concepts which you are going to learn. So ultimately, when I say the computer system works under zeros and ones or binary system, it has to be handled, it has to be maintained, isn't it? How to store zeros and ones, how to actually process the values, how exactly your computer system will does that. So all information has to be understood before going into the binary system. Okay, now binary information is represented in digital computers by physical quantities called signals. Okay, so whenever I say, when you are dealing with the electronic gadgets or electronic instruments, obviously signals plays a major role, isn't it? Whenever you plug in your device to the electrical connections, or when you are dealing with electrical devices or gadgets, definitely it is nothing but the physical quantities, and there will be a lot of signals which will be passing from or transmitting from one place to another place, or one part to another part, and so that the information can be transmitted. That is the meaning. Okay, binary logic deals with the binary variables and with the operations that assume a logical meaning. It is used to describe in algebraic or tabular form the manipulation and processing of binary information. So ultimately, see why I am saying all this thing, because see, whenever I talk about processor, okay, so you would have seen 32-bit processor and 64-bit processor, etc. So obviously in processor also there will be so many registers. So I, in the previous video, I hope I have explained about IR, instruction registers, and MBR, memory block registers. So there will be MDR, memory, or the data registers, and address registers, MAR. So obviously whenever we are dealing with these many registers, they are very temporary storage, and there will be very, I can say, volatile. It won't hold the data for longer time. It is for processing work. Okay, registers are used for processing work, and they are costly as well. Okay, so if I consider about memory registers, their work will be to fetch the data from memory to processor. They will fetch the data from memory and they will pass that data to the processor, so it won't keep that data much long for the longer duration. So now, what is data? Now definitely there will be one question. So you said, sir, there is a concept of registers and it is holding the data. Now data means what? So whenever I say you are fetching the data from the memory and you are going to give that particular data to the processor, obviously it will be zeros and ones, isn't it? It will be in the concept of it will be a concept of zeros and ones. So that is the reason why we say that computer system runs under binary system or zeros and ones. Okay, so like that, if I consider data registers, so data registers means, say for example, you are running some application. So application needs to hold some data for its own purpose. At that time, they have to keep the data somewhere. So if the data is large, definitely they will keep that application will keep the data in RAM. Okay, so if the application so needs very small amount of data, or which has to be frequently accessed, or it should be very fast for the processing, then definitely it will keep the data in a data register. Okay, so there will be so many data registers which are placed in the processor. Okay, so now why I'm saying all this, because see, whenever we deal with the registers, obviously there has to be some logic gates also. Okay, so logic gates are required for manipulation of zeros and ones, or dealing with zeros and ones. Okay, now how to deal with that, and how logic gates work, and what are the circuits we can build, because in each and every processors or microprocessor or microcontroller or embedded systems, in almost all the hardware devices, there will be logic gates. Actually, there will be registers and there will be logic gates for the processing purpose. Okay, now what is embedded system actually? So embedded system means, see, I can give some examples. So if you have a smart touchscreen device in your car, then it is a kind of embedded system, isn't it? There is no, like, you are not actually using it as a laptop or PC. It is just for music and for navigation, etc. Now if there any hardware or device or with the screen or touch screen which is mounted to your fridge, smart refrigerator, then definitely it is an embedded system. Or if you are going for some password lock for your door, if there are any touchscreen devices, small touchscreen devices which is mounted to that particular door, means it is an embedded device. So there will be some smart washing machines, there will be some screens, definitely again it is an embedded system. So obviously embedded system also plays a major role in the day-to-day life, in the technology. So all these things requires these logic circuits. Okay, now you may be wondering, so you are using this word frequently, logic circuits, but we don't know about logic circuits itself. What is the meaning of logic circuit? You may ask this question. Definitely we will deal with that particular thing in the upcoming slides. Okay, now as of now you think that whenever you are going to process the binary informations, it may be zeros and ones, you require logic gates for the processing purpose. As of now you think this much. Fine. Now the manipulation of binary information is done by logic circuits called gates. So that is the actual you can say that can be a standard definition, or the definition which is available in textbook or any standard format of piece of paper. There they can give this standard information, but for understanding purpose you have to remember that whenever you are dealing with binary systems, there has to be some gates, logic gates, for the processing purpose. Fine. Now gates are block of hardware that produce signal of binary 1 or 0 when input logic requirements are satisfied. Okay, now you may be you may not get the actual concept of this if even though I explain. So let us see the gates itself. Let us see how logic gates look like. Then only you can get to know that what is input, what is that requirement which has to be satisfied, all those information. So you will be wondering what exactly it is. So we will see the design of gates itself. Then only you can get to know. Fine. Now a variety of logic gates are commonly used in digital computer system. That is what just I explained. Okay, now let us see how exactly it looks like. Fine. So this is the image I put over here. I hope it is visible to everyone. Okay, now see. Now there are some tabular columns. Okay, you have to concentrate on this. So first one is AND gate. Under the name tab you can see and first one is AND. Okay, and in the next in that particular column you can see the graphical symbol of that particular gate. So can you see A, B and F? Correct. In the AND gate, in front of AND gate you can see one symbol or design, isn't it? So it is nothing but AND gate. So whenever I say AND gate, you have to represent some AND gate, or you have to design some AND gate, you have to go for this particular symbol, graphical symbol. Now here, so you can see A and B. So A and B is nothing but inputs. Okay, now F is nothing but output. Fine. That means for one AND gate, you are going to provide two input here in this particular symbol, isn't it? There are two inputs and you are going to get one output as F. Fine. Now there is a algebraic function for this particular thing. So F is nothing but F is equal to A into B, or A dot B, or AB. Now that means whenever this AND gate receives two inputs, it will AND it, or it will multiply it, and it will keep it as a result. Fine. Now can you see the truth table? So truth table is nothing but, so whenever you are dealing with zeros and ones, so ultimately whatever the table after calculation, if you are maintaining one table, that table is called as truth table. Okay, that is a Boolean table. Boolean table means either true or false, or either 1 or 0, like that. Fine. Now can you see A, B and F? So there is a separate truth table. So if when A is 0, B is 0, definitely F is 0. Why? 0 into 0, it is 0. Isn't it? How I got 0 into 0? Based on that algebraic function. F equal to AB, or A dot B, or A star B, or A into B. But representation should be like that. You should not write any other format. Fine. So when 0, A is one input, B is another input, F is the output. So when A is 0, B is 0, F is 0. Now what is what if A is 0, B is 1? Then F is 0. Why? 0 into 1, 0. Now when A is 1, B is 0, F is 0. Why? Again, 1 into 0 is 0. Now at the end, you are going to get the output as 1 when both the inputs are 1. Because 1 into 1, it is 1. So where it will be applicable? See, I was saying that you have to get the information from the or data from the memory, and you have to pass that data to the processor, isn't it? So fetching the data will be the series of zeros and ones, isn't it? So if the question is like using AND gate, when you can expect the output as 1, if that is the question for 1 mark or half mark, or if it is a general question also, obviously you have to say that when two inputs are 1, isn't it? If one of the input is 0, definitely output will be 0 because you are multiplying it. So if you are multiplying any number with 0 is 0, but here I cannot use any number because computer system deals with binary. Definitely it is either 0 or 1. So any number or 1 is multiplied with 0 means obviously you are going to get 0. So that is the truth table. So if someone asks draw the truth table or calculate the truth table for AND gate when the inputs are 2, you have to remember this truth table is only holds good when inputs are only 2. If the inputs are 3 or 4 or 5, then truth table may change depending on the multiplication of numbers or these zeros and ones. Fine. Now as of now you think this much. There is a truth table. Based on the input you are going to calculate the output by considering the algebraic function. That is for AND gate. Now the second one is OR gate. Okay. Now the symbol you have to remember. So it is everything depends on symbol, because when you are going to deal with the logic gates or logic circuits, there will be so many different kind of logic gates in the logic circuit. So there may be in the logic circuit, one can use 10 AND gates and 15 OR gates or any other gates. I'm going to deal with the rest of the gates also, but as of now I said, so one circuit may contain so many gates. Say for example, there are two inputs A and B. You are going to get one as output. That output is given as an input to another AND gate. Then again there is a calculation, different calculation, isn't it? So logic circuit will be having n number of gates based on the architecture or the requirements. You have to remember like that. Fine. Second one is OR gate. So OR gate is nothing but addition of two inputs. You are adding those two signals or input. Fine. Here also whenever I say input, it is a kind of signal, isn't it? 0 means there is no power. 1 means maybe 5 volt or 10 volt or some pass of current or what you say energy, isn't it? Or in terms of signals or in the form of signals. Based on the signals only, the computer system is going to understand or it is going to process the data. Fine. Now OR gate means you are going to add two signals or two numbers or two binary bits. How? You are see you can concentrate on the truth table of OR gate. So if both the inputs are 0, output is 0, because 0 plus 0 is 0 again. Now if one of the input is 1, definitely you are going to get the output as 1, because if you are going to get two ones or 1 0 1 or 0 1 or 1 0, definitely there is 1, so you ultimately you are going to add it. So when you are going to add it, is you are going to get as 1. Now definitely you will ask one question, so how 1 plus 1 is 1? It has to be 2, isn't it? That makes sense. Definitely this question will arise in your mind. Sir, you said 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, we agree. When you say 1 plus 0, you are saying that output as 1. Definitely we will agree. But how 1 plus 1 is 1? It should be 2, isn't it? Now my question, definitely your question is valid. Even though you are asking this question, definitely your question will be valid. But now my question is, can you represent 2 in binary? In the sense, can you store 2? Because binary means 0 and 1. So whatever it may be the value, ultimately you have to get 0, either 0 or 1. There is no concept of 2. There is no concept of 5 or no 10 or no 15. Because signals cannot be represented as 2 or 3 or 5. If there is one signal, it is 1. If no signal, it is 0. That's all. True or false. There is no nothing like we can adjust or intermediate. Or say, for example, say if you ask some question with the human being, are you hungry? Either he has to say yes or no. But sometimes we'll be having partial hungerness, isn't it? So we can say, oh, instead of going for 10 dosas, okay, 2 dosa is enough for me. So that means it is a half, intermediate one. There is no concept of intermediate or adjustment in computer system or in signals or in electronics. Either 0 or 1, finish. Fine, you have to remember like that. Okay, now whenever I say 1 plus 1 is 1, definitely that is a maximum possible thing. As of now don't, there are so many things to learn in the future. Don't get confused. But as of now, for OR gate, the truth table will be like this. Fine, understood? And you have to remember, this truth table is only valid for only 2 inputs. If there are more inputs, definitely your calculation will be different. Think that much, because there is a concept of binary addition, there is a concept of binary multiplication or binary subtraction. There are so many concepts to learn. At that time, you should not confused with this concept. Fine. For OR gate, the graphical symbol is in this format and algebraic function is a plus b, f equal to a plus b. The truth table is in this form. You have to remember this much. Fine. Now, the next thing is NOT gate. So, it is nothing but negation of something. Now, negation means if you say 1, the answer will be 0. If you are going for NOT gate. If you say 1, 0. If you say 0, it is 1. So, ulta, complete ulta. Fine. So, can you see the symbol of NOT gate? So, this is the actual symbol of NOT gate. So, whenever you are dealing with the ulta things, you have to go for NOT gate. Fine. Now, how to represent what is the algebraic function for NOT gate? It is f equal to a to the power dash or a dash. It should not be a to the power, sorry. It is a dash. Fine. So whenever you encounter that particular symbol a dash, definitely you have to understand that it is NOT gate. And NOT gate, it is taking only one input, isn't it? There is no concept of B, because this one gate will take only one input and it is going to give as output, one output. There is no concept of two things. If it is 0, the answer will be 1. If it is 1, the answer will be 0. So whenever your 0 passes through that particular gate, you are going to invert it or ulta, make it as ulta 1. Fine. So can you see the truth table over there? It is only 2, because you considered only one input. So 0 or 1, obviously output will be the correct ulta of that particular input. So if it is 0, it is 1. If it is 1, the result will be 0. Understood? So it is one of the simplest gate actually, NOT gate. You have to negate it. That's it. Fine. The next thing is NAND. It's a NAND gate. Can you see over there? So what is the difference between AND gate and NAND gate? You have one bubble, isn't it? Can you see that bubble? Same AND gate but with one bubble. Can you see over there? That is nothing but NAND gate. We are going to deal with the NAND gate in the future slide. You will get some theory concept also, but you have to see the representation, graphical representation. All these gates are required when you deal with the logic circuits, and in the further informations there will be complements and so many informations you have to learn, or so many concepts will be there to learn. Okay. Now as of now it is same, and it looks like AND gate itself but with one bubble. Now can you see the algebraic function over there? It is f equal to ab dash. One bar, isn't it? A bar or B bar or a to the ab bar. Isn't it? That ab bar is nothing but, so if you want to understand that particular thing, you have to go for the truth table. Now 2 inputs are 0 means you are going to get output as 1. Why? Go to this graphical symbol A, B, you have one AND gate and one bubble. So ultimately it is going to create as NAND gate, and you are going to get the output. Now A is 0, B is 0 means 0 into 0, it is 0, but you are going to do the NOT negation thing, or instead of saying negation, you are inverting the bit, isn't it? You are making it as input 2 dash, isn't it? Correct? So now whatever the answer you get, you have to make it ulta. So 0 into 0 is 0, but because of that bubble, you are making 0 as 1. So that is the reason why in the truth table, can you see over there? 0, 0 is 1. Now again, second one is 0, 1. If A is 0, B is 1. So 0 into 1 is 0. But as you have one bubble over there, that means you have to invert the bit or make it as ulta. So you are going to get as 1. Now how 1, 1 is 0? Tell me. When A is 1, B is 1, it is 1 into 1, it is again the result is 1, but you have bubble over there, you have to invert it, so answer has to be inverted to 0 or made, you have to make it as ulta or negate the thing. Fine. So that is the reason why your truth table is ulta. So you can compare your truth table with the first AND gate. It is 0, 0, 0, 1, but here 1, 1, 1, 0. Don't buy it. Just don't buy it. You can think of algebraic function. Remember the algebraic function. It is very easy. Creating the truth table is very easy. Fine. The next one is NOR. Not of or. NOR means. Or NAND means not of AND. Because you are going for NOT gate or that bubble thing. Now NOR also, it is same as OR, but with one bubble. One circle, one small circle. Isn't it? Now that means you can see the algebraic function. It is a plus b to the bar, to the a plus b bar. You can say a plus b bar. Isn't it? So what you are going to do? You are going to add it. After adding, you are going to make it as not. Ulta. Invert. You have to invert. Now 1 plus 1 is 1. But as you have that bar, so you have to negate it, or you have to make it as not 1 or ulta or invert that bit. So 1 plus 1 is 1, but the answer is 0 because you are going for that NOT gate. Now when two inputs are 0, you are going to get the output as 1. Can you see? Can you see? So when two inputs are 0, you are going to get 1. Either one input is 1, you are going to get 0. That is the meaning. Either one input is 1. If either if the two inputs are there, in the two inputs either one is 1, then your result will be 0. That is the meaning. Now last but not the least, there is a XOR or exclusive OR. That is the meaning, exclusive OR. Now little bit in the graphical representation is little bit changed compared to the OR gate. You are just having one curved curve, isn't it? One bend line. Little bit bend. That is the actual representation. Now what is it? So F equal to, there is a one plus symbol with the inside the circle. Can you see one plus symbol? Now what it does? Okay, if you want to understand what it does, you have to go for the truth table. See, when two inputs are 0, output is 0. But either one input is 1, it is 1. But when both the inputs are 1, it is 0 again. Can you see? When A and B is 0, F is 0. When A is 0, B is 1, F is 1. So when A is 1, B is 0, F is 1. When both are 1, F is 0. Isn't it? So that is a speciality of XOR. Now how exactly it is being done, what are the theory parts, we will see in the next slide. Okay, so these are the information I wanted to give for here. Now AND gates may have more than two inputs, and by definition the output is 1 if and only if all inputs are 1. That is what you have seen in that particular truth table, isn't it? So the next thing is the output is 1 if input A or input B or both inputs are 1. Otherwise the output is 0. The algebraic symbol of OR function is plus, similar to arithmetic addition. So these are the explanation I have already given, but they have put all those things in a particular sentence. So making a sentence is not a big deal. Whatever the things you do, you have to write in your own words or in English language. That's it. The theory part will be finished. But you have to understand what exactly it is done. How exactly it is done, what exactly you are doing. Fine. How exactly your gates behaves. How exactly your gates take the input. How exactly it converts to the output, or how the conversion takes place. You have to remember that. Fine. Now it produces the NOT or complement function, the that NOT gate. Actually they are giving the information for NOT gate. The algebraic symbol used for logic complement is either a prime or a bar over the variable symbol. That is nothing but some variable to the power or some symbol with the dash, or a dash I can say, or b dash, or a bar or b bar, like that you can say. Fine. The next thing is the NAND or not AND. The function is the complement of AND function. The NOR gate is the complement of OR gate and uses OR graphic symbol followed by a small circle or a small bubble. For NAND also it takes the same symbol of AND, but there will be one bubble at the end. Before getting the output, it has to go through the NOT gate. That is the meaning. Fine. The exclusive OR gate has the graphic symbol similar to OR gate, except for the additional curved line on the input side. The output of this gate is 1 if any input is 1, but excludes the combination when both inputs are 1. That is the reason why for explaining the truth table for XOR I have gone for that thing. Fine. So these are the same explanation, whatever the explanation I have given for these gates, the same thing they have put in that particular sentence. Fine. Now Boolean algebra we will do in the next video itself, but as of now you have to remember this much. These are the basic gates, logic gates, which are available for your calculations or for processing purpose and all. So whenever you are dealing with zeros and ones or in a binary system, you require all these things. Remember this much. Okay, so we can see the rest of the concepts in the next video. Thanks for watching.